Hello guys, this is my presentation of baking processes. 3, 2, 1. Bread processing, also known as bread manufactured process. What is a bread processing? Traditionally, the term bread processing was used by high-speed bakers to access the contribution of molding or make-up stages of dough to the manufacturers of bread. Today, it's a broader term, describing the overall manufacturing process of breads and buns. It consists of a series of steps including mixing, fermentation, make-up, proofing, baking, cooling, slicing, and packaging dough to their critical role. This process must be carefully operated to meet preset conditions and specification. How does it work? The following block diagram show the production steps in bread processing using different dough systems. Applications. The style and type of bread dictates the dough system to use as well as the processing condition during mixing, make-up, and baking. A baker would not like to produce ciabatta with a close crumb structure or to produce a look of white pan bread with an open crumb structure and texture like a ciabatta. All steps in bread processing are important for successful operation, but most bakers would agree that the three truly vital process steps are mixing, fermentation, and baking. They are commonly described as the heart and cornerstone of bread making operation and can also determine the finished product characteristics both internally and externally. Mixing. The objective is the blending and hydration of dry ingredients, air incorporation, and gluten development for optimum dough handling properties. Variables to monitor and control include mixing time, energy input, dough temperature. Mixing time, a function of flour strength, its protein, damage, starch and non-starch, polysaccharides, and brown particles content. Other factors include mixer speed, mixing arm design, dough size in relation to mixer capacity, adequacy of refrigeration system, dough temperature, and delayed sugar, fat, salt. Addition. Mixing equipment, vertical planetary, spiral, open and closed for vacuum mixing, horizontal continuous, open and closed. Process specification, 9 to 15 minutes at high speed in horizontal mixers. Final dough temperature should be 76 and 82 Fahrenheit, 25-28 Celsius. 2. Fermentation. The objective is yeast growth, production of CO2, ethanol, and organic acids, development of flavors and aromas, and modification of dough handling properties. Variables to monitor and control include fermentation time, temperature, titratable acidity, TTA, pH, microbial count. Fermentation time, controlled by the temperature of dough, sponge, starter, or pre-ferment. Hydration level, pre-water, pH, osmotic pressure, yeast, food, amino acids, mineral. fermentable sugars, and yeast level or lactic acid bacteria count. Fermentation equipment throws in fermentation room, closed tank, open tank, benches, process specifications 1 to 20 hours at room conditions depending on dew system used. The temperature in fermentation room is typically set between 75 and 85 Fahrenheit, 24-29 Celsius, with a relative humidity RH of 60 to 80%. Point 2. Makeup stage mainly encompasses 4 operations. Number 1, dividing. 2, rounding. 3, intermediate, proofing, cheating. Number 4, cheating and molding. The divider cuts bulk dough into single pieces of proper weight, with as little stress exerted on dough as possible so that this can be rounded and rested prior to taking their final shape. The divider must process the entire dough load quickly to prevent excessive gassing that creates scaling errors. The cheater and molder encompass the cheating stage, curling chain, pressure board, and guide bars. These influence the gas bubble structure, shape, and length of the dough piece to place in the fan. The molder should be adjusted to achieve the desired shape with a minimum amount of pressure and stress on the dough to avoid damaging cell structure obtained during mixing and fermentation. Baking. The objective is to convert raw dough into bread. Set structure of product. Crust and crumbs formations. Kill step and shelf life extension. Variables to monitor and control include temperature, time governed in continuous ovens by conveying speed. Other relevant variables include heat flux burners, humidity dampers, and air velocity or flow. Baking time controlled by oven temperature, conveying speed, initial proof 2, and finally product temperature, heating pattern, bake close, product load and formulation. Baking equipment: direct fired oven, electric oven, rack oven, real ovens, conveyorized, tunnel hybrid, and impingement oven. Process specifications: 10 to 20 minutes at 400 to 420 Fahrenheit, 204 and 216 Celsius. Heating pattern in different ovens must be equivalent for comparable results.